Hello and greetings from Sumatra, Indonesia. Welcome to class. Today's class is going to be perfect for the absolute first-time beginner new to yoga. It's also going to be great if you're in your first 1 to 10 classes and you're still learning the basic asanas. I'm going to take you through many of those today at a slow and relaxed pace with longer holds so you have time to really sink into your own meditation. For today's class, there is one pose where we will need a couple of yoga blocks. If you do not have blocks at home, that's totally okay. You can grab yourself maybe 3 or 4 books and stack them up when we arrive at that pose. With the introduction out of the way, let's get started in a cross-legged seat like I'm sitting in right now. If your hips are very open, you can take one of these legs and stack on top of the other, whichever one feels better for you, right or left. I am going to remain, though, in a cross-legged seat with most of you, I imagine. Elongate through the spine, put your weight into your sit bones, lift your arms, take the backs of your hands and place them down, palms facing up on top of the knees. Shoulders are down and relaxed, eyes are closed, neck is straight and elongated. Start to deepen your breath. Inhales and exhales through the nose. Ground down into this present moment. Whatever happened before turning on this video has happened. We're going to leave all of that at the door. And whatever you have planned for later today, obligations, commitments of any kind, we're also going to leave that just outside of this space for now. It's going to be waiting for you when you're done this flow. But for now, you are here in this present moment with me, breathing in and out through the nose. Take an inhale with me, inhale. Exhale, let's blink our eyes open. Place the hands down onto the mat on either sides of the body. Inhale, the arms up overhead, inhale. Palms come to touch. Exhale down to heart center. With the eyes either open or closed, up to you, we're going to take a moment now to set an intention for this practice. Take an inhale. Exhale the arms down. Inhale them back up overhead. And exhale down. Good. Take an inhale. Exhale the hands down to either side of the body. Place them on the mat. Elongate through the spine. We're now going to inhale as we look up towards the ceiling. Inhale, look up. Feel an opening in the front of your throat, maybe down into your chest. Inhale with me, inhale. Exhale as we come back to center. Arriving in center, inhale. Exhale forward, touch your chin to your chest. Putting through the back line. Inhale as you bring your head back to center. Exhale, turn and look to your right. We're going to go all the way over, but keep your shoulders square to the mat. Keep your body exactly where it is. We're just turning through the neck. Feel down through your spine, through your back line as you take this twist in your neck. Keep the breath going. Inhale. Exhale out, turn back to center. Good. When we arrive in center, inhale. Look now to your left, turn with the exhale. Inhale. And exhale as you bring your head back to center. Excellent job. Now we're going to bring the arms overhead. Inhale, just as we did at the start of class. Inhale up. This time look up as your palms come to touch at the top of your inhale. Exhale the arms down, Anjali Mudra, heart center. Very good. Now from here, we're going to take the left arm, place that on the mat, right arm up towards the sky. Arm is coming over the top of the head, fingers are grazing the top of the ear, bending through the neck. As we exhale down, open up through your neck. Very good. Good. Now turn and gaze towards your right knee. Hand is on the back of the head and is just slightly encouraging the neck a little bit deeper into the chest, forward and down. Excellent. Inhale. Exhale, release the arm. Bring it all the way down as the head comes back to center. Palm is coming down to the mat. As we inhale, we'll bring the other arm up. Inhale. Exhale over the top. Nice and slow and control, moving mindfully. Fingers come to the top of the ear. Inhale. Exhale down as we take this bend in our neck. Very good. Inhale. Exhale, turn your head, look towards your knee. Using the strength of the arm to just gently encourage the chin further down towards the chest, the neck opening. Keep breathing. Deep into the stomach, into the diaphragm. Inhale with me. Exhale as we release everything. The arm comes down on the mat as the head raises, comes back to center. Good. We're now going to take Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. So to do that, we're going to uncross the legs and place the feet in front of your groin. Soles of the feet come to touch. Hands are going to wrap around the front of the toes. We're going to sit up nice and tall under our sit bones. Inhale together. And exhale as we forward fold over the legs. If you have no room to fold, that's okay too. Just feeling into the hips, allowing gravity to work its magic, pulling your knees down towards the mat. Slowly opening up into the hips here. We don't want this to come from the back line. The spine should be relatively straight. The bend, if happening at all, is taking place in the hips. And we're breathing. Now very gently, if it feels good in your body, you can flap your butterfly wings up and down. Movements like this are great for your connective tissues. But if you feel any sort of sharp pain whatsoever, you stop and just take a stationary butterfly pose. Very good. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Use the strength of the arms, pull yourself just a little bit further if you have a little bit more space now after some opening. Very good. We'll inhale, rise together, inhale up. Alright, awesome. I'm going to now take my butterfly to the front of my mat. Maybe you are around the front or the middle. From there, we're going to come into a Supta Baddha Konasana, recline butterfly pose. So I'm here now in butterfly. I'm going to put the arms behind me and just start to walk backwards, coming all the way down onto my back. Very good. We'll take the left arm, put it on the heart center, right arm onto the stomach, the solar plexus. And we will sink into our mat here. Take a big inhale. And an exhale. Breathe really deep into your stomach and your diaphragm. Fill up all the space. And as you breathe deep, notice the rise and fall in your right hand. Rising and falling. Bring the arms down, bring them to the thighs or the knees. We're just going to use the arms to bring the knees together nice and slow. Once the knees touch, then we can start to lift the knees into the air, bringing them closer to your chest. Head up, shoulders up, pull the knees down. Using your arms, you can wrap around the shins. And we're going to hug into a tight little ball here on our mat. Very good. Squeezing everything in. Take an inhale. And an exhale. Awesome. Now let's start to rock to the left, to the right, back and forth at your own pace. Get a little playful. There's no right or wrong answer. We're just massaging out through the spine, feeling into your back, observing the sensations. Not looking for anything in particular, just here. Back and forth. Excellent. Okay, come back to center. Now we're going to take the hands. There's a couple options. So the first option is the 2 peace fingers. So your index and middle, you can take around the big toe. That's option 1. Another option is you can take your hands around the outer blades of each foot. And we're going to, in either of those holds, press up into a happy baby. Try and get as much of your spine onto the mat as possible. Head is back and relaxed down onto the mat. The spine is straight along the mat, and if we can get the tailbone down, that is ideal. And we can use some of the strength in the upper body just to pull, very gently encouraging the legs closer to the armpits, closer to the chest. Keep breathing. Inhales, exhales to the nose. Alright, now we're going to take half happy baby. To do that, we're going to keep the left arm and left leg exactly where it is. We're going to release the right though. Release the right, bring the arm down to the mat and the leg straight out. The right palm will touch the mat. The leg will not touch the mat. We're going to bring the heel of the right foot to about an inch hover off of the mat. If this is too intense for you, you can put the heel down. Try and keep your glutes both square and in contact with the mat. Feeling our hips open up. Very good. Now we're going to keep the left leg exactly where it is. We're going to bend into the right knee though. So we'll bring this leg back and up. Once we have a bend in the knee, we're actually going to place the foot down close to the glute. Now with the left arm or both, if you want to bring the right arm in, we can use that as well. We're going to cross the ankle over the top of the right knee to create a 4. All right, we're going to come into figure 4. Now this hole in the center that we've created, I'm going to put my left arm through. I'm going to put my right arm around the outside of my right leg. I'm going to bring the shape towards me and wrap the hands around the front of the right knee. I'm also now going to flex into the ankles. So my ankle doesn't look like this, it's like this. Toes are up and pointed towards the knees. I'm going to now pull the shape towards the chest, relax the shoulders down and back. You can relax the head onto the mat. Good, breathe. Inhale, and with the exhale, just pull maybe a little bit deeper if you have the space, opening up through the left hip, left outer hip in this case for sure. I'm feeling quite the sensation there. I find I can adjust the sensation too by changing the placement in the left foot. If I bring that a little bit further down, away from the knee, closer to my body, I can actually get a little bit more of a sensation out of this one. But if you're new to yoga, you're new to a posture like this, odds are good that that'll be maybe a little bit too much for today. So just something to keep in mind for the future whenever we're in versions of this figure 4. Good, take an inhale. And with the exhale, we're going to lower the shape all the way down. We'll place the foot close to the glute, kind of where it started. On your next inhale, rise the arms straight up over your body, over your chest. And with the exhale, we're going to lower the arms out to either side to a T, okay? Now from here, take an inhale. And we're going to lower the legs with the exhale. So the left foot is coming all the way down to the mat. Good. Once we find the left foot down to the mat, or off the mat in my case, we're then going to roll the head to the left. So we're looking off the mat to the left, and the figure 4, the legs, are off the mat to the right, taking a twist. Now whenever we find ourselves in a twist, it can get difficult to breathe because of the constriction we're creating in the diaphragm. So be mindful of this. And just despite this, take nice and deep breaths through the nose into the diaphragm. With each exhale, see if you can just let a little bit of tension go in your legs, in your abdomen, in your shoulders, in your neck. Just sinking into the twist. Good, bring your head back to center with your inhale. With the exhale, we'll bring the hands to the knee so that on the inhale, we can rise the shape back up to center, using the arms if we need to. Now from here, we're going to take the palms, place them down beside the glutes on the mat, hands face down. The left leg will raise and we'll straighten it. Very good. Now we're going to activate through the core a little bit. The next movement will be straightening the right leg, straighten it out, and bring that guy to a hover. So the heel, once again, is about 1 inch off the ground. If this is too intense for you, then place the heel down. And breathe. Okay, now we're going to switch 2 times with your inhale. Switch the legs nice and slow. And with the exhale, switch back. Very good. Once we arrive back in our starting position, now we're going to bend both knees and come into that tight little ball from before. So knees are coming up into the chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Squeeze everything into the center of your body. Let's take those rocks from before. Left, right. Just get playful. No right answer. Back and forth. As far as you want to go. I've fallen. You can use your arm to bring yourself back. Here we are. Very nice. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. So we're going to start in happy baby as we did before. To get there, you have the two options around the big toe or on the outside of the feet. I'm going to take the outside of the feet. I'm going to press my legs up and open, bending into the knees and hinging in the hips. Using the upper body to just encourage the legs closer to the chest. And don't forget to breathe. Good. Okay, let's take an inhale together, nice and deep inhale. Exhale, keep the right foot exactly where it is as we lower the left leg all the way down. Good, we're coming to an inch hover in the left leg. If this is too intense, you can lower the heel to the ground. If it becomes too intense, maybe you can lower and then take a break and then bring it back up. Whatever works for you. Just gently observing the sensations in your body. Couple more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. And on your next inhale, bring the leg in, bend the knee. And once we got a good bend in the knee, we'll bring the foot down close to the left glute. Good. Now we're going to lift the shoulders a little bit as we use both hands or just one, up to you. Place the ankle on top of the left knee. Good. Right hand through the center, left hand around the outside of the left leg. The fingers will interlace around the front of the left knee, and we'll just pull this shape towards our chest. Placing the shoulders back onto the mat, head is down. Good. Just have some tension in the arms. We can use the strength of the arms to just slowly encourage this shape closer to our chest. And keep the breath going. Inhales, exhales through the nose. Good. Okay, let's take an inhale together. Exhale the shape as we release it down. Foot comes to the mat. Inhale, Arms are up and straight in front of you. Good, and exhale, do a T. Exhale, mindful movements to a T. Very nice. Now we're going to take the shape and bend it to the left, so the foot is coming probably off the mat, and that foot's coming down to touch the ground. Excellent. Once we're here, then we're going to rotate the head so that we're looking off the right side of the mat, taking a twist. Remember what I mentioned before, we have a constriction in the diaphragm, so breathe mindfully into this space, nice and deep. Take an inhale. Exhale as we bring our arms in to our knee, and then we'll inhale to rise and bring the whole shape up. So inhale and rise that. Good, back to center. Excellent work. All right, now we're gonna place our palms down on the mat, and with the inhale, we'll raise the legs straight up. Do your best to keep the glutes on the mat. Tailbones pressed firmly into the mat. There's a flex in my right ankle, and I've got a bit of a stretch happening in my thigh and in my calf because the knee is straight here. Inhale. Exhale. And on the next inhale, we're going to raise the other leg, straighten it out. Exhale. We're holding here. Fire up through your core. Activate. If it becomes too intense, just place the left foot down, but keep the right foot raised and straight. Or as straight as you can get it at least. Just being mindful of what your body's asking for. Okay, we're gonna come now to do one switch together. So let's inhale. Exhale. And on your next inhale, we're going to switch slowly in control. Inhale. Excellent. And we're going to switch back with the exhale. Exhale. Switch. Very nice. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck into a tight little ball, just like we did at the beginning. Very good. We're going to transition now. And to do so, we're going to rock once again on our spine, but this time, instead of left to right, we're going to go forward and backwards. So to start this rock, I like to take my hands and put them on like the front of my knees here, and then we can just use the legs to start to move up and down the spine here. The ball is not so tight anymore. Just rocking, arching through the spine. Good. Massaging out. Awesome work. All the way from the tailbone, all the way back to the sort of low part of the neck, up by the shoulders. Okay, and we'll just do one more of those together, and we'll come forward all together now. Place the feet down in front of you. Sit up nice and tall. We're now going to come into Navasana boat pose, but we have 3 options here for this boat pose. The first is this right here. Straighten. Okay, the feet are on the ground. We're just activating in the core to keep the upper body lifted. This is option 1, all right? If you're here and you've got a lot going on in the core, you stay right here. If you feel like you can go a little bit further, here's option 2. We're gonna raise. Okay, inhale and raise. Inhale. The feet are up about an inch off the ground here, all right? That's option 2. We're just holding. If option 2 becomes too intense, feel free to come back to option 1. And option 3, if we still want a little bit more oomph in our core and we still have some space, then let's press forward, bring the legs all the way up, and hold here in option 3, Navasana. At any time, you can lower down to option 2 or option 1. And you can also lower down and come back up if you need to. Good, let's lower all together. Awesome work. Now we're gonna go up one more time. Hold again. Okay, take a big inhale with me. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. Option 1, 2, or 3, you pick. A few more breaths. Good. Now we'll all take a big inhale together. Inhale. Exhale it all down, but this time we'll cross the legs in front of us. Very nice. Cross-legged seat. Okay, now we'll roll over the legs. I've found myself right at the top of the mat, so I'm going to roll over the legs, and I'm going to press back to the center of the mat, finding a tabletop position. We've done quite a bit of work in the core, activated our legs a little bit. From here now, we're actually going to work on our flexibility in our wrists and our forearms. And if you've seen my other classes, you know that wrist health is what brought me to the yoga practice, so it's very important to me, and because of that I include it in every class. So together, we're going to inhale as we lean over the wrists. Inhale forward. Exhale, backwards. Good. Inhale over the wrists, forwards. Exhale, backwards. One more time. Inhale forward. We're going to hold at the top. Inhale forward, hold. Now move to your right. So we're going to start to take circles around the wrists clockwise. Good. Exhale back to 6 o'clock. Inhale forward over the left, all the way to center in the front. 12 o'clock. Exhale back all the way to 6. Inhale forward. Good. And exhale back. All right, we'll stop here at 6. Switch directions. Inhale forward. We're going to go counterclockwise now. Over the wrists. Forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And last one. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Landing in 6, we'll press forward to a neutral tabletop. We're going to rotate the wrists now so that the fingers are pointed towards the outside edges of the mat, and you can just take your time rocking back and forth. So we're just moving the shoulders from left to right to either edge of the mat. Feeling into the wrists very gently here. Good. A few more of these and we'll come back to center. Let's all meet in tabletop position with the fingers pointed to the edges, but now we're actually going to rotate one more time, bringing the fingers towards the knees. Now this can get very intense very fast, especially if you've never stretched your wrist before. I personally started here years and years ago. I was treating injuries from overuse of the wrists, and yeah, this was very, very intense at first. So if you're in that boat, that's okay. Over time, this joint will open up. And if you're suffering from any sort of wrist pain, it'll go away just by coming back to the practice and working into the wrists in this way. All right, let's take an inhale. Now, if you want to press back with me, you can. If you have a little bit of space, you can press back. It's okay if the palms lift up, but we want to keep the thumbs touching the mat. Very important that the thumbs stay down. You can also stretch through the palm a little bit more by bending into the elbows, stretching through the palm. Good. Gets a little bit more intense in the wrist for sure. More intense into the palm. Very nice. Let's come back to center now. We'll rotate the wrists out and down. So we're coming into a tabletop. Now we're going to shift into the left shoulder. So we're on the left side of the mat. All of our weight is in the left shoulder. And that way we can just lift up the right hand with ease. Okay, we're going to tuck the right hand under, place it back down, straighten through the elbow. All right. Now with our weight in our left shoulder, we're slowly just going to shift the weight into the right side of the body, increasing this sensation, increasing this stretch into the right wrist here, especially feeling it in the top of the forearm right there. Very good. Keep breathing. Now, if you have the space, you want to take it a little bit further, you have the option to slowly move your glutes back towards your heels. But this can get very fiery, very fast, so just be mindful of where your wrist is at. Very nice work. Okay, let's come back up. Center, shift weight left shoulder so that we can pick the right arm up freely. Hand is under, palm is facing the mat and is placed down. Now we're going to switch to the other side. Shift the shoulders to the right side of the mat so that we have lots of space. Lift up the left arm, okay? Hand under, placed down, palm is up towards the chest, and we will shift our weight into the left arm with a straight elbow. Nice and slow, in control. Stretching through the top of the forearm, the wrist. Very nice. Let's take an inhale. Exhale as we shift the glutes back towards the heels if you have the space. If you do not, just stay in a right angle in the wrist. But if you do, you can come with me just a little bit further. Once again, very fiery, very fast, so be mindful of this. We don't want to hurt ourselves or cause any injury. We come to the practice to heal, not to anything but heal. Good. Alright, inhale forward. Exhale, shift to the right. Inhale, lift the arm. Exhale, place it back down, tabletop position. Excellent work. Now we're going to take cat-cow. So we're going to start in cow. I want you to dip your chest. So your shoulders are up, your elbows are straight, and your chest is dipping nice and low in the center between your two arms. Okay, it's nice and low towards the mat. Same thing's happening at the back. Our navel is pressed down towards the mat. Very good. Toes are tucked under at the back. Head is up and looking forward. And now we're going to switch now. We're going to roll from the base of the spine, coming forward into a cat pose. Very good. Nice and slow, one vertebra at a time. The chin is tucked to the chest here in cat, and we're looking towards the navel. And now we're going to, from the base of the spine once again, start to roll, coming into the opposite of that, our cow pose. And now start to move from cat to cow and back with your breath. A little bit quicker. Now that we've got the poses down. It's good here to try and mindfully sync up the movement with the breath. Inhaling through to one pose, exhaling to the other. Good, okay, let's come to a neutral tabletop position. Toes are tucked under at the back, and our left arm is going forward. Very good. Now the right leg, we're going to straighten all the way back. Awkward tabletop. Just holding here. Couple breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Now on the next inhale, we're going to touch the elbow to the knee. Inhale. Exhale, up, straighten. Do that one more time. Inhale it down. Exhale up, straighten all the way out. Good. Now with your inhale, lower the back foot all the way down to the mat, so that your toes are tucked under at the back and the knee is straight. Now from here, we're going to inhale to rise. Open the shoulders as we take the left arm up towards the sky. You can turn your head if you can. If you have the space, you can turn your neck and look up towards the sky as well. This is called scorpion twist. Take an inhale, and exhale the arm all the way back down. Very good. Place it where it was. We're going to keep that leg straight. And from here, we're going to drop the right heel down in line with the left foot. So if we have to scooch it over just slightly, go for it. The heel is in line with the foot. And we're going to take the leg and kickstand it out to the left. So we're creating like a 90-degree angle. The leg is now perpendicular to the mat. And from here, we're going to raise the right arm. This is supported Vashisthasana. Good. Inhale. Exhale. All right. Now let's bend into the elbow. As we inhale, we're going to press up off the arm. Inhale, up to center. Inhale. Exhale, take the arm, the right arm, down the leg, not onto the knee. We're coming down onto the shin, or we're going to place the hand above the knee onto the thigh. All right, you're going to pick. But we're not going to put the hand on the knee because we don't want to put any pressure on that joint. Good. This is called gate pose. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lower the left arm down to the mat. Right arm is up and over. Now we'll take this right arm above us and just take the bicep to the ear. A little side body stretch on the other side now. So that's right bicep to right ear. Good. Now we'll take the right arm down all the way to the mat where it started. Bring the kickstand in. So left leg is now parallel to the mat. And then bring the right knee forward to return to a tabletop position. Good job. Take an inhale and an exhale. All right. We're now going to press back into a child's pose. So to do that, the first thing we'll do is we'll actually spread the knees to the edges of the mat as far as you can get them. Touch the feet together, press back, sink low into your hips, walk the hands forward. Bend the head. You can touch the forehead to the mat if that's comfortable for you. Take an inhale and exhale. Sink low into your hips. On your inhale, let's come back up, find our tabletop position. Now we're going to do the other side. Right arm is forward. Tuck the toes under, left leg is back. Take an inhale. Exhale. And inhale as we lower. Inhale, touch, knee to elbow. Exhale, straighten. One more of those. Inhale, touch. Exhale, straighten. Very good. Let's lower the left leg down. Okay, toes are tucked under, knee is straight. We're going to raise the right arm. As we open through the shoulders, look up if the neck allows. Scorpion twist on the other side. So right arm is up. Shoulders are open, shining our chest out towards the right side of the mat. Very good. Take an inhale. Exhale that arm all the way down. Very nice. Now we're going to drop the heel. Drop the left heel in line with the right foot. Okay. Now we'll kickstand the right leg so it's coming out perpendicular to the mat. Bring the left arm up, supported Vashisthasana. Very good. Keep breathing. With your next inhale, put a slight bend into the arm as we just kind of a little bit of a spring all the way up. And exhale back, placing the arm somewhere on the leg, but not on the knee. Come to the shin, come to the thigh, but not on the knee, because we're going to protect that joint. Very good. Opening the gate pose, elongating through the right side body. Now inhale, rise, center. Exhale down, supported Vashisthasana. Inhale, and exhale the left bicep to left ear. Good, inhale. And exhale that arm, left arm down. Bring the kickstand in. So right leg is now parallel to the mat, and we'll drop the left knee, coming into a tabletop position. Now we're going to take plank pose. So you have a couple options here. We can try and come up into plank. So you can straighten one leg and then the other. Come up into plank, support your body weight. If that's not possible for you, and you get to this position, it's not working out, then you can do this. Lower the knees down. That works too. If the knees are down and your core is engaged and you feel like maybe I'll try one more, you can press up. Take plank. Wherever you are, knees up or down, we're just holding here in plank. Take an inhale. And an exhale. Inhale. Now we're going to lower. Use the strength in your shoulders and your arms and your chest. Lower slowly all the way down to the mat. Rest the body on the mat. Very good. Now we're going to take the hands off of the mat onto either sides of the floor beside you, sort of in line with your shoulders. We'll put a 90-degree angle, bend into our elbows, and we're going to press up. With the inhale, we're rising into a little baby cobra. Exhale that down. Inhale, rise. Maybe a little bit taller this time. Exhale down. Inhale that up. A little bit taller even this time. Exhale down. Very nice. Now bring the arms underneath your shoulders. We're going to press up into plank. Press back up into plank. Your knees can be down if you need. And we're going to shift the hips up and back, coming into our first downward facing dog. So we're here in down dog. You can have bend knees if you need to. Slowly, maybe we can pedal out here. One leg then the other. Breathe. Come onto your tiptoes. Walk one foot then the other, all the way to the top of the mat. Taking bends into the knees if you need. We'll come all the way up to here. Now notice that I have pretty substantial bend into both knees. Take the left foot and put it between the hands. You can keep a bend in the knees, bend in the back. All right. Now right foot is going all the way back. Lower the knee down. With the inhale, raise the arms up. Taking a low lunge. Good. Exhale, lower into the hips just a little bit further. Inhale. Exhale. You're going to feel a stretch and opening sensation right here in the front of your leg, in the front of your hip. Very nice. Inhale, arms straight up. Exhale, Anjali Mudra, heart center. Palms come to touch. Inhale. Exhale, let's hinge in the hips. Bring the right elbow across the left knee, and we will take a twist. Looking off the left side of the mat. Take an inhale. With the exhale, use the strength in your arms, twist a little bit deeper. Good, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's inhale the arms up overhead. Come back to a low lunge, inhale up. Awesome work. Okay, if your blocks are in front of you, like mine are, I'm gonna just bend and kind of reach forward, put an arm down, grab the blocks. I'm gonna set the blocks up like this to start. On either side of my left leg. Arms up. Good. Exhale them down onto the blocks. All right. Blocks can be like this, or they can be in a lower position. I'll show you the lower positions in a sec if you're not sure what that means. We're gonna heel toe the foot forward maybe 1 or 2 times, and then straighten, bending into the ankle and straightening out through the knee. We're gonna feel a stretch through the calf, through the thigh. Try not to bend your back too much. Once again, we want the hinge to be in the hips. Now from here we can come down a level. So a level from here would be to put all the weight into one block. So you can lift up the hand of the other block and just rotate that down. So that's what coming down one level looks like from the highest position of block. And then we have 2 more options from here. We'll just slowly get there. If this is far enough for you, or maybe position 1 was far enough for you, you just stay and you just feel. Breathe into the sensation, observe what you feel in the back of your calf. If you want to go a little bit further, option 3 looks like this. Put the blocks down again. Very good. Now, if you don't have blocks and you've been using books, it's basically just piling the books as high as you need. Maybe like 1 or 2 good thick books on either side will probably get you to this height. I imagine a lot of you can, maybe even if you're at this height with the books, you can tent the fingers like this, and that will give you a little bit of support in each hand, but it'll also give you more space in the leg, more space in the back of the leg. Good. Now imagine maybe some of you can come into a tent without the blocks. You can try that if you have a lot of room, a lot of space in your leg. But wherever you are, we're just holding here and breathing. Just a couple more breaths. So I'm going to demo in the highest position so you can see the transition here. All right. From here, we're just going to bend slowly in the knees. You can walk the blocks forward, maybe about half a foot. I've got a bend in my knee now. Okay. Now from here, I will put one block off to the side, using the other block for stability, and then the hand in which put the block off, I'll put that down onto the mat. Now we'll repeat. So weight into the hand that's down, move the block off the mat, and the left arm is now coming beside the left leg. We're going to press up into a runner's lunge. So the hands are framing the feet, press up, raise the back knee, runner's lunge. Good work. Just hold here in this runner's lunge. Imagine there's a lot of sensation happening. You can move around a little bit if that feels good in your hips. Now we're going to put the left leg at the back of the mat. Now there's a couple ways we can transition there. This is the first one, okay, which you can watch me. I'm just going to pick it up and place it back there. If you do not have the space in your body to be able to do that, then what we can do from here is put some more weight into our right, really tent the fingers in the left, and just sort of shift the leg out, heel toeing it out to the side so that we can start to walk it back as you see I'm doing, and place it back there. Whichever way you want to go and get there is totally up to you and whatever suits your body right now. Now we are holding here in plank. You can lower the knees or keep them elevated, up to you, and breathe. Good. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Rest the body just for a moment. Drop the tops of the feet down onto the mat. Now we're going to press up into upward facing dog if you can. So from here, we're going to actually raise the whole body up. If the knees are on the ground, that's okay. No worries at all. But if you can, try and raise them so that the points of contact are the tops of the feet and the palms. Everything else is elevated. Looking forward, shoulders back down and relaxed, and breathe. Now from here, there's two options. Okay, one is to just go from this position, raise the hips and press back into downward facing dog. All right, that's probably the more difficult of the two. The other one is to lower the knees. So I'll show you. This is the first one. We can just raise up, hips are back, roll over the toes, come into downward dog. That's number one. Number two is we're going to drop the knees to the mat, press up and back in the hips, tuck the toes under, and downward facing dog. Whichever one your body is asking for, please take, and we will all meet in downward facing dog. Come up onto your tippy toes, walk forward with bent knees all the way to the front. Bend the knees. We'll take the right foot this time, place it forward in between the hands. Take the left leg back of the mat, drop the knee, setting up to rise into a low lunge. On the inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, sink into your hips. Inhale. Exhale the arms down, Anjali Mudra, heart center. Inhale. Exhale, hinge in the hips, bring the elbow over top. We're twisting now to the right. If your neck allows, look up towards the ceiling. And on an inhale, all rise together. Low lunge, arms are up. Good. Okay. Now, maybe the blocks for you are where you left them from the last time we used them. Maybe they're not. Let's just bring them back now and set up like this. Arms are up and overhead. Exhale the arms down onto the blocks, and we will walk the foot forward, heel toe it maybe once or twice. Straighten out through the knee. Bend into the ankle, flexing the toes towards the knee. Now we can slowly shift the weight into one arm as we rotate the block, and shift the weight into the other arm, rotate the other block. We're just starting to move closer and closer, chest towards the right knee. Whatever level you find is what suits you and your body today is totally fine. We're all just working towards a sensation in the body. Once again, I'm going to demonstrate from the highest position. So from up here, we'll bend into the leg, and we'll just walk the blocks forward a little bit. All right. Now, one then the other. Move the block off to the side. Put the palm down. Move the other block. Palm down. Knee up. Runner's lunge. You have two options. One is to tent the right hand and just sort of shift the right foot off the mat and slowly bring it to the back, okay? The other option, if you have the space in your body, is just press up and back, plank pose. Very good. Knees are up or down, holding here. Very nice. Inhale. Exhale all the way down, Rest the body just for one breath. And press up. Upward facing dog. Knees are down or elevated, up to you. Good. You have two options. You can drop the knees, press the butt back, or keep the knees elevated, press the butt back, coming into downward facing dog. Now let's walk the feet all the way to the front of the mat. Bend into the knees. Very good. Now we're going to take a forward fold, okay? So we can just take one block, put it in front of us like this. Knees are bent at the moment, and then we'll just straighten out, bend over the block. Just as we did before, you can use the block at any level, or the books, whatever you're using at home. So just start to play around with this posture, this position, and feel into what suits your thighs, suits your calves, suits your back line. Okay, let's bend into the knees slightly. As we raise, we're going to come into Dasana, and we're going to do this nice and slow. Kind of like we've done everything in this class, very gently. Head is going to be the last to lift. Arms are down at the side. Inhale the arms up, all the way up. Good. Exhale. Strong Tadasana. Good work. Now let's come onto the tippy toes all together. Inhale, rise, tippy toes. Excellent work. Hold here on the tippy toes. Keep the balance. Exhale, the heels down. Inhale, back up. Tippy toes. Very nice. Lower the heels and bend into the knees. We'll take a chair pose. So you could be up like this with a slight bend in the knee, arms up overhead, or you can bend a little bit deeper, butt back into this comfortable chair pose. Head is forward, shoulders are back, arms are up. Now, from here, we'll take an option to pop the heels. So we're going to come onto the tippy toes like we did a moment ago, but we'll stay in chair pose. You can try it. If it doesn't work for you, just keep the heels on the ground. Breathing. If you need to straighten the legs, go ahead and come right back. Good. Inhale. Exhale the heels down if they were elevated. Now we're going to take an inhale together. And we're going to start to exhale and lower down. Lowering down. Put the arms out straight in front of you. As far as you can. Squat down and butt back. Good job. All right. Now we're here on the mat. We're going to start to wrap up class. So the next one we're going to set up for is going to be a reverse tabletop. Take the arms behind you, feet out in front of you to shoulder width. Fingers are towards your body, towards your glutes. And we'll press up. Now if you're here, or even here, that's okay. Just be here with the sensation in your shoulders, with the sensation in your arms, whatever you're feeling. Just stay here. You want to start to raise, come up a little, feel it out, come up a little, okay? Wherever you land, stay there and breathe. Now because of the microphone, I'm not going to bend my head back, but if you do want to, and your neck allows it and it feels good for you, you can just let your head fall all the way backwards and look at whatever's behind you. Very good. Take one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale, slowly bring the butt down onto the ground. Excellent. Okay. Now let's press the glutes closer towards the heels. Walk the hands up all the way forward like this, one arm then the other, and we're going to slowly roll down the spine over the tailbone. Engage the core mindfully. Shoulders are last. Head is last. Shoulders, head, relax on the mat. Okay, let's take a couple breaths. Heart is elevated. Let's just slow everything down. Very good. We're just one pose away from shavasana. For this last pose, we have two options. Actually, we're going to grab one block. We're going to raise into a slight little bridge and just place the block kind of like at the tailbone. Like we don't want like this, where the tailbone is like stacked directly on top of the block. We want it sort of more and down towards the edge of the tailbone. So it's just kind of like part of my butt here, part of my glutes are actually like below the edge of the block, and then the rest is on the block. And from here, I'm going to wrap my hand around the block and press up into a waterfall. That's option one. Okay, good. Option two is going to be from the waterfall, press up into a shoulder stand. And breathe. When I teach this pose with real classes, I tell everybody, there's no way you grew up and at some point weren't doing this in your living room, on the carpet, or in your bedroom, playing around out of boredom. I know I spent a ton of time in funny, weird, goofy shapes. Not this is weird, but you know. Okay. Let's bend the knees. If you can, lower the legs down, and we'll just take like a deaf yogi pose real briefly. Let's just kind of like this. And slowly lower down one vertebra at a time, in control if you can. Slow roll, straighten the legs out in front of you. Good. Straighten the arms out either side. And we'll take shavasana. Excellent work today. Breathe. Just allowing the muscles melting off the bone. We'll just be here for a few breaths. All the work is done. Scan your body. Any last pockets of tension, just let those go with the exhale. If you want to take a longer shavasana, please by all means pause the video and spend some time with yourself. Otherwise, if you're ready to come out, we're just going to slowly wiggle our fingers, wiggle our toes. We'll roll now onto the right. We're going to take a fetal position on the right side of your mat, using your bicep, right arm, to support your head. Left arm we're going to use to push up, so press the palm into the floor and press up. Coming into a seated position at the top of your mat with me. Whatever's comfy for you. You can take a tunnel seat, you can take a cross leg. Just sit up nice and tall with me. We'll end class the same way we started it. Place the palms down on the mat. Inhale, rise the arms up. Palms come to touch. Exhale, the heart center, Anjali Mudra. Light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Thank you very much for practicing with me. Bring those palms up to your forehead center. Together we bow and speak the word. Namaste. Thank you very much for practicing with me. I really hope you enjoyed this class. If you did and you're new here, please consider hitting the subscribe button. If you'd like to financially support the channel, you can join my Patreon for as low as $1 a month. All the funds I raise right now are going to go towards funding a yoga teacher training that I will be attending later this year. Thanks very much, and I will see you in my next class.